Hello, and welcome to episode 22 of Novel Knits. This is also week 3 of Vlogmas, and welcome. My name is Danelle, and I am coming to you from Milwaukee-ish area of Wisconsin, and I'm so glad that you decided to join me today. I'm doing these weekly episodes for the month of December, where I am just going through what I've been working on for the holidays, what I'm finishing, what I've been working on. I do not have any notes underneath these videos. So if you have any questions about anything I talk about, just leave a comment and I will get back to you for sure. And we are on the final weeks of my 2-year-long make-along. So I just want to throw a quick plug out there. If you're working on a sweater or working on something using your stash, please check in the Ravelry group, which is the Novel Knits podcast group. And there's a thread there for each make-along. One is called Shop Your Stash 2022, and the other one is Sweater Year 2022. Or else you can use those hashtags on Instagram as well. So whatever works best for you is great. I will be pulling prizes at the beginning of January. So my thoughts for the end of this year, I will have 2 more episodes after this one. I will get through the holidays doing weekly episodes, and then I'll probably take a 2-week break and really think about my thoughts for the upcoming year. I'm really gonna try not to make any hard and fast goals or deadlines this year. I just feel like I want a more relaxed take on how I knit. I'll talk about it all eventually. And I'll probably do a sweater year in review, which I think will be good. I've had some feelings about some of the sweaters that I've knit that I think are interesting to share. And also just, a roundup of what I accomplished when I wanted to knit more sweaters. I definitely think that I've achieved that, and I'm still hoping to finish 3 more before the end of the year, so we'll see how that goes. I do have some time off of work, and I have 3 sweaters that are at least halfway done. I think I can do it. We'll see, but I gotta get through this week first, and then I can kind of shift my focus. I purchased my self-striping advent from Woolens and Nosh, which I'm not gonna show today because I've fallen behind. I'm kind of looking at this as like, that's got to be on pause until I finish all my gift knits, and then I'll finish them hopefully before the end of the year. That's my hope. We'll see. But I did also purchase a 12-day advent from Holly Press Fibers, and there was an option to also get a sock set, which I did. I received this, I purchased it probably in the spring, I don't even remember, and I got it, I think in the end of October. I opened it up right away, the whole thing. I've learned that I don't like surprises, and I have no chill when it comes to that. I just want to see what everything is. So I opened the whole thing. I'm very happy with it. Let's get into finished objects for this week, which I have 5, which is great. And then I'll get into, I think only 2 works in progress that I'm going to show because I worked really hard on these 5 that I finished this week. And then I'll kind of talk about plans, what I'm thinking about doing for the upcoming week right before Christmas, which is when after Christmas I can take a break and knit for myself again. Yes. But I have to admit, I do love gift knitting. The whole reason I learned how to knit is because I wanted to do gift knitting. So this is also, I make it sound like it's hard, but I'm enjoying my knitting probably more right now than during the rest of the year, honestly. I love how quickly some of these gift knits go. I love giving them to people. And it's what I wanted to do when I started knitting. So I just try to remember that when I'm stressing myself out because I bit off more than I could chew, which happens quite a bit. Anyway, let's get into the finished objects. So I finished 3 hats. These are for my daughter's Poms coaches. The first one you've already seen, but I did add a pom-pom. So this is the Horntail Beanie by Jenny Noto. I love this. The yarn is Ginger Snap Puff Bulky, and I made an extra large pom-pom. I love everything about this. This was a great knit. This yarn is so soft. The texture is so easy and simple to do and just a lot of fun. Whoa, that was a miss. I'm really happy with this. And I think it looks awesome with this big pom-pom. So I really, really like it. If I didn't have to give it away, I would keep it 100%. I made the pom-pom, and this one went pretty well. This one looks good. It's actually a really nice pom-pom. And I secured it just with a button on the inside. So if for some reason this 20-something-year-old coach does not want a huge pom-pom on the top of her head, she can take it off. That is totally fine. Whew! Hat try-on day is always fun with my hair. Okay, second, I finished the Tentacular also by Jenny Noto. I think she goes by Wanded on Ravelry if you're looking up her patterns. I mentioned last week that I did not love this stitch. However, I absolutely love this final product. I think this is so pretty. So this yarn is also Ginger Snap. It is the Puff Bulky, and this one was called Storm Cloud, and this one is called Pleasant Cove, and it's a gray with like speckles of color every once in a while, very, very lightly. So it's pretty neutral. I did try to make a matching pom-pom, and it was the first one that I tried to make. I actually don't make a lot of pom-poms. My sister-in-law is the one that makes the pom-poms. So that one didn't work. So I stole some Ginger Snap from my worsted pixel set to make this, and I think it looks really cute. I really like this one. I would make it again, even though I didn't love that stitch. I really, 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 really like it. My daughter was not sure about the pom-pom, and I was like, again, it's just a button on the inside. They can take the pom-pom off. I love it. I wish I had more of this Ginger Snap yarn because it is so soft and so lovely. And then I did the Blurry Flurry hat. This is a pattern by Cozy Up Knits. They're in Canada, 4 sisters, and this is Ginger Snap pixel worsted yarn. So there was a skein in this gray, there was this speckled skein, and then there was this solid color. And the first skein was this entire brim. So I was like, ooh, that didn't go very far. And then the second skein I did not even use the whole one. I don't know if they were 20 or 30 grams each. I'm not sure. I actually have no idea. But then I ended up combining the rest of the speckled with the solid to make this this pom-pom. This is definitely my least successful pom-pom, but I think it's still okay. And I like this hat. It's ribbed, so it like fits pretty tightly. It's got slip stitches, purl stitches, a lot of texture. I don't love it. I don't love the top. I think how the decreases happen look pretty messy, but it's at the top of somebody's head, and I don't think people are gonna stare at it. Plus, when it's stretched out, it doesn't look that bad. It's only when you're looking at it flat. Like, I have no idea what you just saw, so I may cut that out if it looks ridiculous. But yeah, that's the only thing I'm not 100% pleased with. But it's really cute. I like the color. I think it's really nice. My daughter likes it. Holy cow, done with hats. So the next, my sister-in-law, who makes the pom-pom wreaths, it's her birthday today. So we are going to have a family dinner to celebrate her birthday, as well as her son, my nephew. His birthday is on Tuesday. So I did not make him a gift, but I did make my sister-in-law socks. And if you've been here for the last couple episodes, you have seen these. And I have to say, I'm very pleased with the final product. I think they turned out really nice. So these are the String of Lights by Sock Witchery, and that's the pattern. The yarn is A is for Apple by Rosehill Yarns. And what I did is, as you'll see, they're quite different in the way that the two skeins were dyed. This one's a lot more red, this one has a lot more white and dark green. So when I got to the heel, I switched the balls, and then I switched back. So this one's still mostly red, and this one's still mostly more white and green, but then I think it worked out well in the end. It's just the way that this yarn was dyed. It was just really interesting. I've never seen a skein of yarn do that before. So I think they're nice. I think she'll like them. They fit my feet, and her feet are a little smaller than mine, not by much. So I think they'll fit nicely. And then with the leftover yarn, I made her one of these Christmas tree ornaments. And I just steam blocked these to make them look nice, because I'm gonna wrap them as soon as I'm done recording. And then I also made her, again, if you've been here, you know I was loath to part with this. I made her the Getting Warmer cowl by Espace Tricot, and this is using Wool Folk Luft yarn, and I think L6, I'm not positive. It's a little tight to get over the head, but I love this. So you kind of just wear it like this. You could wear it like this over a shirt, or you could wear it like this under your coat. I just think she goes to so many sporting events, and this is so soft and so nice that this could keep her really warm. Or she could wear it like this and dress something up, and I think it's really pretty and it's really nice. I'm glad I didn't make it for my dad. I think it definitely looks a little feminine for a cowl. It's a little tight on the bind off, but I don't think it's terrible. Oh, it smells so good. I used this Knit Picks spray, I don't even, flatter maybe, to kind of steam block it, and it smells really, really nice. So I'm gonna wrap those once I'm done recording, and yeah, those are done. So those are all my finished objects. I did really well, and I killed myself to get these done by Friday, because she had a Palms holiday party, and I misunderstood. I thought the coaches were gonna be there. They were not there. So I was like, they're all set for your party. And she's like, the coaches aren't even gonna be there. So she's gonna give them to them this week at her last practice probably, which is fine, it's fine. They're done. So I got it done, that's fine. So my works in progress that I can show, again, my Advent socks are kind of on hold, sadly, but I'm almost done with my daughter's Holly Jolly hat. This is a pattern by Jody Brown of the Grocery Girls. This is using flock fibers. This was a kit, Snow Much Fun, that came out a few years ago. And this yarn has been wound up in this bag for a long time. So you can see it's kind of kinky. And I think that it's making the stitches look kind of kinky. So I really hope that it blocks out nicely. So I finished all of the color work, and it's mosaic color work. It's just slipped stitches. And now I just have to do some main color, and then I start my decreases. I'll probably finish this tomorrow morning. And then I'm gonna make her a pom-pom in the main color, because there's a lot of this yarn left over. So I'm pretty happy with this. I hope my daughter loves it. She picked out the pattern. So that one will be done very soon. And then, I know, this is a weird one. My friend Julie, who sometimes watches, we exchange Christmas gifts, and I've made her a lot of things, socks that she likes. I made her a knitted Christmas tree. I've made her a lot of knitted ornaments. I was sort of I wasn't sure what to make for her this year. And I remembered I started this gnome hat a while ago. I think it's called, I don't remember the pattern. But if you look up Sarah Shira's patterns, Imagine Landscape, it's the one that has a hat like this. It's quite a big hat. But I'm gonna finish up this gnome this week and include it with Julie's Christmas gift, which I think she'll really like. So this will be for her family. And in my head, this is gonna go really quickly. I don't know if I'm correct. I also am going to start a curio hat for my son. This is a pattern, I don't know her name off the top of my head, but it's a worsted weight hat. I'm gonna get that done this week. I also wanna knit something for one of my other sister-in-laws. I have several, and I don't know what yet. I'm maybe thinking like a little snowman. I've also thought about that Fairy Lights pattern that Tracy and Jody of the Grocery Girls released recently, that's like making like charms, and then you could hang it from like I-cord. I don't know. These are the things I'm thinking of. Who knows? You'll see next week what I decide. And then I have to get going on some cranked socks. So I'm going to show you all the tubes I have here, and I'm going to admit that these are not all going to happen in the next week. I know it, you know it, but I'm going to show them anyway. This one I actually did put needles in. This is some Rose Hill yarns. I don't know the color. Oh, yes I do. This is Rose Hill yarns, and this is the Barn Owl color. This is 463 yards. And I think these are going to turn into socks for my dad. My dad needs a pair of socks. I also like these for my husband, but I do like these for my husband more. They both are 72 stitch socks. So for my dad or my husband, those are gonna start. I'm gonna get started on those soon. My kids both need a pair of socks. I do have a pair for Claire that is, I finished one sock. Maybe I'll finish the second sock this week, but if not, I'm gonna go for a backup. And this is what I have for a backup pair. I do not know what this is. I don't have this tag, so I'm not sure, but this is a really fun wintering self-striping yarn. If I had to guess, I would say Nomadic Yarns. I'm almost positive this is Nomadic Yarns. I just don't know which one. No, it's not. I have the tag. It is not. This is Knitterly Things Joyful Noise. I should just trust myself sometimes that I have the information instead of going off the cuff. This is why I normally do write out notes, because it helps me remember these things. And then my son needs a pair of socks. This is a Nomadic yarn. Nope, no, I'm really off. I guess they all kind of have like a similar style, which I gravitate to. This is Kirby Warby, and this is the color Rhinebeck Pajama Party. We'll always have Rhinebeck. I've never gone to Rhinebeck. I got this off eBay. This is 64 stitches, which is what that scribble is. And I thought this looked cute for my son, Milo. So that's 3. This is what I was thinking of for my dad. This one I definitely do not have the tag. So I will tell you this once they're done, what this yarn is. This is for my dad. This is really a thick yarn. I think my dad will really like wearing these. It's a little wild for my dad, to be totally honest, but I haven't really made him wild socks, and I thought this would be fun. I'll probably use green or red for the heels, toes, and cuffs, just to like make it clear like these are Christmassy. It's really like a brown speckle in there, so it doesn't have to be Christmassy, but I'm gonna make them Christmassy and make them kind of wild for my dad. So if all that goes according to plan, perhaps my mom will get another pair. Possibly Here Comes the Zombride by Desert Vista Dye Works. I really love these for myself, but maybe I can make her a pair of socks. Or this awesome skein from Murray Wool Goods. This color is Vintage Rainbow. I love this one. It's tweed. So good. Let's all say that we know this isn't going to happen, but let's hope for these. That's the hope. 3-ish, and I'm sorry I just made the camera shake. So that's my thought. Yeah, so for my yarn advent from Holly Press Fibers, Penelope's down here, sorry. This was what you open on day 12. This is the full skein that it came with. This is on her Sheepish Sock fingering yarn, and it's called The Professor's Old Mysterious House. And I forgot to mention, this is a Narnia themed advent, which is why I was drawn to it. So this is day 12, and here we go. So it's a beautiful gray. And then day 13, so pretty. This is called Always Winter. The 14th is called The Bright City of Wardrobe. I love this one. Very pretty. And then the 15th is called The Far Land of Spare Gorgeous. Very pretty. The 16th is called Very Silly to Shut Oneself into a Wardrobe. Oh my gosh, I love this. And the 17th is called The Lamppost. Gorgeous. These are all so pretty. These are definitely my vibe. I love them. She did such a beautiful job. And then the 18th is called Care Paraval. So pretty. So I do think I'm going to use these together to make something with the gray, and there's going to be more. So this is just the first part of it, but I do really love how these colors are coming together, and it's been long enough since I opened it that this was kind of nice to look at them again and just be like, oh yeah, this is really beautiful. So yeah, so that's the first part of my Advent. I'll show more next time. In terms of my reading world, like I live in this different world of reading. I finished The Accidental Archivist by Angie Beer, my friend, and it was really good, quite good. I really enjoyed it. It was great. I talked about it a little bit more on the last episode. So it's a memoir about solving a family mystery, and it was really touching and really nice and really well researched, and she did a great job. So I would recommend it. I am reading A Curse of Blood and Stone. I don't think that's right, but it's a book by K.A. Tucker. It's the second book in a series. I'm starting to get into it. I'm still just not like connecting with it on like a great, like where I want to read it all the time. It could just be not the book. It could be I have a lot going on. Maybe I just can't focus on a book right now. That's a definite possibility. And then I started a new book by Erin Hildebrand, I believe, called A Summer Affair. I've never read any of her books before. This is my before bed book. I did start it. I am not very far. I'm not thinking I'll finish it anytime soon. And then I don't know what I'm going to read after that. I just need to get through this week, and we'll see where life takes me. I'm wearing my Reluctant Homeschooler today. I thought I would wear this to our family party, but this is quite a thick sweater. I doubled up 2 skeins of Knit Picks. I want to say City Tweed, but if they have like a bulky weight, it's that, to make a really thick sweater. And our family is about 17 people and we'll be in a ranch style house today. And I think I might be too warm. So I think I'm gonna switch this out for something not quite so heavy. But I figured since I had it on, I would wear it for this recording. So that's it. This felt really fast. I guess I can give you a couple quick life updates. I don't know why I'm trying to make this longer, but yesterday we did our cookie making day. We do this with another family. We've been doing it for about 10 years. They're so funny. They were like, we'll be there at 2:30, and they showed up after 4. So I had 3 cookies already made by myself because my kids didn't really help or anything. So I made candy bar fudge, which is super easy. I can give you the recipe right now. So you get a bag of milk chocolate chips, like Nestle Toll House, whatever you would usually get for your chocolate chip cookies, 1 can of milk chocolate frosting. You heat up the chocolate chips either on a saucepan or in the microwave. I did the microwave. Then you mix in the frosting and you cut up the candy pieces. So like I used Whoppers, Twix, peanut butter cups, Snickers, Heath bars, anything that you have laying around. Like that was what we still had from Halloween candy. Chop those up, you put some in the fudge, and then you sprinkle the rest on the top. You refrigerate it for an hour and you've got candy bar fudge. It is so easy and it's always a hit. People love it. You could probably add peanut butter to the fudge if you wanted to, but this is so easy and everybody always loves it. So super easy. So I did that. I did peanut butter blossoms, and then I made Taylor Swift chai sugar cookies. It sounded really interesting. Me and my kids really love to drink chai tea, so we thought we would try this cookie recipe. If you just type into the Google Taylor Swift chai cookies, it'll come up. They're okay. They're not like, my daughter and I both decided that if we make them again, we're gonna add more spice, like more cardamom and more cloves, and make them a little spicier. You get more of an aftertaste of chai, but they're nice, and the frosting is really easy to make, and yeah, they're not bad. I like I said, if I make them again, I'm gonna go heavier on the spice, but yeah, they were fun. And then once our friends finally came over, we made cutout cookies and molasses cookies, which are like ginger snaps, and all really good. And we're done now with our cookie making. So on Christmas Eve, we go to my brother's house this year. Normally I host, but every like third year, my brother and his wife will host. They have older children, and I mean, my nephews, I've been an aunt since I was 16 years old. My oldest nephew is 28, and this is the first year I'm not buying those boys gifts, but I was like, why am I still buying them presents? This is stupid. So I'm done buying them presents. I'm gonna bring a poinsettia and a bottle of liquor for dinner, and we are going to their house. They live in Rockford, Illinois, and yeah, and I always bring a tray of cookies there. I always bring a tray of cookies to my in-laws for Christmas Day. And then whatever's left over, me and my sister-in-law, we always get together for New Year's Eve with our families. And yeah, so yeah, fun fact about me, I have nephews ranging from 28 to 5, and I have another one that's gonna be joining our family in April. I think that'll be the last one. But yeah, I have one niece. So I think I have 11 nephews and one niece. So yeah, and my brother, I have two brothers, and one of them is 12 years older than me. So when they had kids, I was still in high school. Yeah, so that's little trivia. And that's my plan for the next week. I will probably chat with you before then, so I'll try not to repeat that story. But I hope you're having a great time with your knitting. And if you are knitting for yourself, I'm jealous. I will be there soon. If you're making gifts, good luck. I hope that you're enjoying it, because I find it enjoyable. I really, really do. I do think I need to come up with a different plan for next year so that I'm not so crazy, but I do enjoy this time of year and making gifts. So I hope you're well. I hope you're enjoying the season and finding ways to relax and have fun. Let me know what you're reading if you feel like it. And yeah, shop your stash and knit your sweaters. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.